Hello, friends. I have here the Riftbound League of Legends Origins booster box. I also have the Proving Grounds box, but I'm not going to open that. I have all three starter decks. And if you follow the Shorts channel, you will know that I opened 4 packs earlier in the week because Walmart fumbled the bag and made life really easy for scalpers and released it like 5 days early. So I opened some of that and I hit a Leona alt art, which was pretty dope. But we're still chasing a Jinx card. We want the Jinx card. Lee Sin would be cool. Kaisa would be cool. The overnumbered ability cards also would be cool. Tools card, but either way, there's a ton of stuff in here. There's like 320 something cards in the set, and we're gonna try for it. I got a brand new binder, a nice clean white binder that has like white pages, which is crazy. It looks real clean, especially with like the style of art that Riftbound is using, and so yeah, I'm excited to do this opening. I'm excited to be on the ground floor of a TCG in a world that I particularly enjoy. If you haven't, check out Arcane. Really good show, really good animation. Like probably some of the best animation I've seen. I think I did the whole thing in Blender too, which is like even crazier. Maybe Maya, but either way, let me grab my handy dandy opener here, and we're gonna get recording. And remember, kids, cut away. I cut the box.
Unbelievable.
I know. Dropped the ball. Whatever, dude. Not all of us are perfect. Tomorrow is the Phantasmal Flames pre-release at my locals, so I'm going to be participating in that, which is pretty exciting. And then we're gearing up. We got OP13, which we tried to get today, but that is coming out next week, and that's exciting.
Yeah, definitely getting a box of that.
Definitely getting a box of that. And then what else is coming down the pipeline? I think that's it until like January.
Yeah, I don't think they have any major crazy releases until
All right, first pack of Riftbound Origins booster box. I think that's what it's called. Oh, we have new audio. It took us long enough, but we finally figured out a way to make it so our phone is not our audio, and so we did that. We have a body rune here. Stupefy, Wielder of Water, Blazing Scorcher, Flurry of Blades, Mystic Poro. If you guys were not checking out, there is a Shanghai regional happening for Riftbound right now. There's probably starter deck events all over the place near you. I strongly say, hey, a party favors rare foil. Shiny. I will say, and a Jinx. We love a Jinx. And a alt art set. We do love the fact that's a banger first pack. We got an alt art in there, and we got a Jinx, which Jinx is probably the deck that I'm going to try to run. It's a little bit off meta because Kaisa and G Sin are the meta, and that's like that. There was a Jinx in the top 8 in Shanghai last night, but I don't think it's going to be viable in North America. I will say one of the big complaints that people have early on in the cut print quality, you can kind of see, is this, no, I think the Jinx had it. Yeah, I can see it from here. So you can see the edging, and they're just not clean cuts. So definitely Riot has some things to learn, to work on, but like I said, guys, it's a first print run ever of a game. They're going to live and they're going to learn. There is some depth to these foils that I didn't notice until I really looked at my Leona, but I'm going to try and get a couple angles here. But there's basically like a background depth. I don't know if that really showcases it really well, but there's in essence, 2 layers to these foils where the character itself is put on top of the foil pattern. And I think that's pretty unique, something I haven't seen done in many TCGs. So that's a win.
Winner, winner.
Ham bone dinner.
Big potato dinner.
On to our second of 24 packs of 14, which is a plethora of cards that we're going to go through today. A nice little buff token there. And if you want to check out the backs of the cards, oh, I haven't seen that. That's new. I don't know what that is. But these are the backs of the cards. There's a couple of those actually. So I wonder what that is. That must be like, I don't know. I don't know. But all right. Exalt the Past, Stalwart Poro, Noxus Hopeful, Fight or Flight, Soaring Scout, Confront, Sneaky Deckhand. Oh, I bet you it's a land or a battlefield. Let's see. Aha. So the black back cards are battlefields. White back is runes, and the blue back is your traditional whatever. We got a card called Facebreaker, which is sick. A Sundisk, a Watchful Sentry. Oh wow. Oh wow. A full art Blind Monk. Overt Operation, and that is it. That is that. So what was the other black card? Oh, it was this. Okay. So I lied. These are not just lands or battlefields. This is Lee Sin, Blind Monk, full art.
Wow.
We love that.
First 2 packs got, maybe I should have snagged the box.
I told you to.
For the memes.
I told you to.
Next time. There'll always be a next time.
The hard part is keeping this organized so I can put it in a binder later.
Yeah.
All right, pack number 3, and I'm feeling pretty good about this box already. We have an alt art. Let's see if we can get an actual overnumbered card. That would be nice. We're looking for on the bottom here, we're going to be looking for the gold cube. Gold cube means overnumbered or alt art, and that's kind of like what you want to hit if you're looking for those kind of like higher end cards. Eager Apprentice is a very good card.
They definitely got the symbol thing from Wakata.
Yeah, for sure. Brazen Buccaneer.
Everything right now, essentially.
Yeah, basically. But they've had a ton of successful TCGs to kind of like base off of.
Yeah.
Without, and they have such unique mechanics that they are absolutely their own brand. Clockwork Keeper, Last Stand, which I already have, but I'll take a play set. And Draven, which I also already have, but I'll take a play set. Play sets in Riftbound are 3s. You can have max 3 of a copy of a card in your deck. 60 card decks, I believe. I'll have to check on that, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to try to go into the settings and see if we can't just leave that another time. That's a little annoying.
A little annoying to constantly tap the...
Just so you know that you're placing yourself right.
Right. Order rune. I do want to get an alt art rune. I'm hoping there's an alt art rune in this box because there's like a full art version of it. The best I can give an example of is like if you play Magic, they have like full art lands, and it's very similar to that, where it's a unique foil full art version of the rune. And I'm hoping to pull 1 or 2 of those. Catalyst of Eons. Now there are some of these that apparently Riot has admitted that they screwed up on. The print is supposed to have a Kaisa. All right, Kaisa, this is the #1 meta card right now. I bet you this regular version of her is probably close to $25-30. And then we got another rare, Karma. And then is that it? Nope. Oh. All right, a Victor full art. That's 2 full arts for main champions. We'll take that. We will take that. But yeah, Kaisa's running the gambit. So the short print or the printing issues. So outside of obviously the weird edges, they ran into issues with the actual like printing methodology. There's supposed to be 3 rares, and Riot has come out, and UVS, who's their printing company, has come out and said that they do know that there are packs that have an uncommon in the rare slot, and so there's a way you can like reach out to them via email to tell them that you didn't get what you wanted. My inkling is that they will be doing like a promo of some kind or whatever, because it's just impossible to actually replace. Somebody could, like me, that's got a couple boxes, could be like, yeah, I got 100 packs that were messed up, and then how do you prove that? So, well, yeah, without recording every single pack. That's true. All right, Hand of the Nexus full art, a Lee Sin. All right, so we got both versions of Lee Sin so far. We're gonna get all 3, and another. All right, this is a Spell full art. Well, that's kind of cool.
Really nice art.
Yeah, there is really nice art on these cards. I mean, it's Riot. They probably utilized the skill sets that they got from Arcane, in making that show, to utilize a lot of the art assets that they already own and put them into various cards. Because I know for a fact the Jinx art that they use is from the show. Come on. And Victor is from the show, the second season of the show. And some of these characters are not in Arcane at all, but it looks like they're using like special edition artwork. Like Ninetail Fox is for sure. That's this Ninetail Fox here has been on the cover or like the homepage of League of Legends before. So I guess it's easy when you have a game that's over a decade old.
Yep.
To pull art assets.
That definitely helps.
And that's a major cost of TCGs when you're like getting them started. The art is like one of the major investments, and obviously Riot kind of has a head start there because they own this IP, and there's already a ton of art for it already. All right, so we got Twisted Fate champion unit, a Zanya's Hourglass. This is a bad print pack? It is. So see that pack right there. We only got 2 rares, and we're supposed to be getting 3. So that's what I'm
We'll try to reach out and see.
That's what I'm hinting at.
See how the process is.
And you guys have seen that I've got 3 in multiple packs. And now I didn't know that at first, and so I thought when we were opening the 4 that I got earlier in the week, I thought I just hit a monster pack because I'm used to opening Pokemon in one piece, where like you get 2 holo cards and that's it. But then I found out through various mediums that it is indeed a misprint with UVS, and these poros are so funny. And that they will be rectifying that situation in the LGSs. Okay, a holo Battlefield. That's the first one of those we've gotten.
Nice.
A Echo and a Grand Stratagem. I'm pretty satisfied so far with the hit rates.
It seems to be
yeah, we've gotten the one alt art / overnumbered, the gold cube, obviously, and that's supposed to be 1 in 72 packs. And then from there, interesting. This is probably going to be okay.
Oh.
All right. Well, that was did not do the card trick.
Yeah.
That's a full art boss rare. Looks like Set, another alt art for Set. So I've got 2 of those. Are you going to stand up is my question. Yes. Okay. And then we'll go through the rest of this pack. That threw me off. The black backgrounds, I can't figure out why that's just random like that. It feels like, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, so if you want to play this, there are multiple ways. You can go down to your LGS, obviously. For the next couple weeks, they're going to have learn to plays as well as pre-con. It's another Hollow Land. And then what is this? Okay, a V. V is also from Vi is from Arcane. Her character art in that is from Arcane. And then another Hollow Land, Hollow Hollowed Tomb, a holographic battlefield. I want to call them lands, and that's the magic player in me. But those are battlefields. They are battlefields is the proper terminology. And yeah, but anyways, as I was saying, if you feel like playing or you want to learn anything about Riftbound, you can go to Riftbound, Riot's website, and learn all about it. You can go on YouTube and check out the various channels dedicated to Riftbound. You can watch the regionals that are going on right now in China to see how the meta is panning out and how those people, how the best players in the world are currently playing the decks. And you can go down and check out Constructed because there are 3 pre-constructed decks. You have Jinx, you have Victor, and you have Lee Sin. And you can go and just sleeve those up and just kind of learn the process. There's multiple ways to play Riftbound. There is a 2-player duel. There is a 4-player kind of commander-esque version where it's a 4-player 1v1v1, and then you have what's coming down the pipeline is actually a 5v5, and they want to mimic the concept of League of Legends the best they can, and so it's actually going to be 2v2s that they're going to consider to be laning, and then a 1v1 that's going to be quote unquote the jungle. And if you've ever played League of Legends, you know what that means. And so they're trying to mimic the video game in the card game. Now, that will not be a competitive style of play, like in terms of the competitive circuit and the tournaments and things like that, but it will be a very social version of a card game. And I cannot think of a single TCG that exists that I know of where you can get 10 people at a table and have them split into 2 teams and play each other. So that'll be something unique, and I'm excited to see what they come up with regarding that and how they're going to get that to pan out. That's a terrifying werewolf. And then yeah, Wrath of Echoes. Art is not lacking in these cards. Print quality, I haven't seen as much edge wear as I did early on, and that could just be depending on which printing facility it came from for UVS. It could be kind of that problem, because I've seen some people go through whole boxes where the edge wear was really nasty, and like I've gone through like almost half this box, and for the most part it's been pretty all right. I can see that my Vi card is, I'll just show you this because I can see it from a mile and a half away. The Vi card is terribly cut. It's got fleshings and edgings all over the place, all around it, and so that's definitely something that Riot and UVS have to work on. It's a known thing as well. They've already made statements on it, and so I think Riot's going to do it. That's a good sign. I think Riot's going to do everything they can to make it right. They have a ton of money behind this game, and they took their best designers from Valorant and various other IPs that they own and put them all on this game. And they've had a bunch of like high tier TCG players, like world champions from Magic, Pokemon, Flesh and Blood, you name it, come in and kind of give their opinion on playtests. Vayne. And so they're making it nice. Misfortune. Love that.
Very nice.
And so they're making their opinions kind of like they're building it. If you think about the best example I can give is when Bungie with Destiny, when they left their partnership with Activision and they reached out to guys like Gathalion and Lucky Seven and Professor Broman and like all the main content creators in their communities, and we're like, hey, come on down, let's get this next expansion set up in a way where you guys are happy with the outcome and the direction of the game. And from there, they kind of like built a game around the player base. And so that's kind of what the goal is here for Riot. They have a regular crew of world-renowned TCG players come in, give their opinions, play test, 2 or 3 sets ahead of where we are, and just ensure that the game is going. That's sick.
That is cool. It's like Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, that's wicked cool. And so, just know that the game is in good hands.
Oh.
Ooh. All right. Invert Timelines, another full art here. I haven't gotten a true overnumbered yet, but then again, it is 1 in 72 packs. So I've got 2 alt arts, but no overnumbered. And I don't even know what the hit rates are like in the box. Like if there's guarantees. Like I don't know if like that one alt art that I hit is like my guaranteed hit for the box, and like that's it. But we'll live and we learn, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Whoa.
that's what I was talking about. That is the alt art runes, the full art runes. That's sick. There's a ton of texture to this foil. I'm sure you guys can see that. That's sick. Oh, that's gonna go over in the winner's circle there. I love that. All right, Stalwart Poro, my boy. Eager Apprentice. There's a ton of flavor text, not flavor text, but like different mechanics that they've built around League of Legends. And so there's like tanking and ganking, assaults. There's going to be potentially like things like rooted and abilities that you can do down the line. They probably will have, if Magic players, we'll call them flip cards, but like MDFCs, that kind of thing. The Volibear and Victor. And that kind of stuff. So like there's a ton of video game culture and video game mechanics kind of being presented in a new way in a paper format. And I say all this to, in essence, try to encourage you to play the game. Tabletop sim is an option for those of us with computers. There is a official Riftbound module that you can download from the community shop, and it's already coded to allow you to place units onto battlefields and things like that. And so you don't have to worry about like figuring it all out. Caitlin, love this card, love this character. And Albus Pharos. Interesting that there's common foils too. I don't know if I dig that, but I don't like. I think it just expands out the. My gripe with common foils and uncommon foils isn't the fact that they're foil. It's the fact that it turns people like myself who want to collect every single print for a set. It lengthens out that process and can make it a touch monotonous, because cards that are 1 cent in their foil version become $2 or $3 because the foils are harder to get. This happens all the time in Lorcana, where a baseline card nobody cares about in a regular format is 1 cent, and then the cold foil version is $5 because it's just harder to find. And I think it's a false scarcity, and I don't like that for people who are, master set collectors that want to collect every card of every set and just completionists in a way. And that could be my own personal gripe, and maybe I'm just kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
But it remains to be seen, but that's just my personal opinion. Darius full art. Okay. Another Jinx. And okay. Seal of Focus. Nice. So this right here is like a reaction card. So that's like one of the interactive elements of the game. There's also hidden cards, and so these kind of things can happen where players are making plays and trying to do things, and you can do kind of whatever you want. Not whatever you want, but you can build up a board state where you can interact with each other. It's not nearly as interactive as games like Flesh and Blood or Magic, but it is exponentially more interactive than games like Pokemon and Lorcana. So it's kind of got a sweet spot there, and I'm interested to see how that changes when they bring in their 5v5, because that's going to rely on interactivity. You're going to have to work as a team, and so I assume that they're going to add a metric shit ton of mechanics to the game prior to that, before they implement that game set. Another set, a Mistfall, and another full art, Acathian Rain. Interesting. That's like Diablo-esque.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. There's no lack of cool cards. That much
Yeah, that's for sure.
is very apparent, and I'm still cooking here. I still got eight packs. All right. Maybe I need to stop yapping and start ripping. I don't know. I'm just trying to inform people because
Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of under the radar. I don't see many people talking about this game.
I would have known about it unless you said something.
Right, and so I want to try and get eyes on it because I think it's a really cool game, and I think it's very beginner friendly, and I think it's a cool crossover between my two favorite things, which is video games and board games. Facebreaker, it's just a fun card.
Facebreaker.
Good name. Pit Crew Hollow. They're gonna give me two. They're gonna be a common and uncommon Hollow. The disrespect I feel out of that pack. And then Kraken Hunter regular. That's crazy.
Way the road sometimes.
That's the first kind of bunk pack I've gotten. So credit where credit is due. I do like that there's a little card trick though. All right, Chaos Rune, Clockwork Keeper, Disintegrate, Watchful Sentry, Pit Rookie, Gust, Vanguard Captain, Paka Club, Discipline. I can't wait for people. Was this Altar of Unity? I can't wait for people to come in, Garbage Grabber, and tell me like I pronounce stuff like garbage. Dr. Mundo. Very Jekyll Hyde. Oh, this is an all art. It's not an overnumbered, but it's a cube. So you can see the gold cube. A is alt art. If it's overnumbered, obviously it'll be higher than 298. All right, so what do we got here? We have Timo Scouts, alt art. I'll take that. Timos are fun. And once again,
nice texture.
I was going to say, I don't really know if this does it. And granted, I'm watching it on like a tiny little screen, but I think you guys would be really impressed with the art and the texturing of that. It's on par with like One Piece in terms of its.
Everyone's jacking texture from One Piece now. It's
yeah,
kind of hilarious.
but I mean,
I don't know. I think maybe Dragon Ball.
It's important.
Texture first,
maybe, but it's important to remember also that Riot is owned by Tencent, which is a Chinese company, so it's Asian quality, like design and manufacturing. And so, like, we think about One Piece. One Piece is Bandai. The reason why it's exceptional is because it's Bandai. And so, and we all know that Japanese Pokemon card quality and texture is exponentially better than English. So, we'll see what we're up to here. Defy, Fight or Flight, Daring Poro, First Mate, maybe with the Pirate deck, Vengeance, Traveling Merchant, Aspirant's Climb, Rune Prison, another double hollow common, Mask of Foresight, and Fiora. I'm getting lots of champions though. Fiora! Coop. Coop, kid's afraid to leave his coop. Getting a lot of these tokens. I don't even know if I need this many, but I don't know anything. I haven't played it yet.
I know nothing.
Sprite Call, Find Your Center, Stealthy Pursuer, Cull the Weak, Stormclaw Ursine, Ember Monk, Herald of the Scales, Unlicensed Armory, Sigil of the Storm, Battlefield, Rasa the Sunderer. I think I've already gotten him. Maybe not, though. That's sick, though. That's World of Warcraft-esque. See what we got here. Another rare. Solari Shrine, English. And,
another.
It's a rare, or it's like a hyper rare, in essence. Zenith Blade. Signature spell. Action. Play on your turn or in showdowns. Showdowns happen at battlefields. Stun an enemy unit at a battlefield. You remove a friendly unit to that enemy unit's battlefield. And so that's how you can claim a battlefield. Battlefields are how you get your points, and points are how you win the game. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. And I didn't know those existed. So, you can really bling out your deck if you really want to in this game.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it.
And 14 cards a pack. I mean, you can see these one booster box. We're kind of stacked up over here. So, we are, as the youth say, cooking. And I'll see myself out on that one. Sky Splitter, Jeweled Colossus, On Guard, Cleave, Arena Bar, Psy Scout. I almost said Sail Scout. Petty Officer, definitely pirate deck. Mushroom Pouch, Mountain Drake. That's kind of sick. It's like a literal fucking mountain drake. It's mountain dragon. But Hallowed Tomb again. Challenge. They're literally punching each other. Very One Piece. Okay.
Another one.
Twinsies.
Another one.
And Nocturne. Another cool creature. Horrifying.
Oh, scary.
So here's what I was talking about. That makes master sets more difficult. Regular, same card, foil, non-foil. Just a small, tiny gripe by yours truly. I think that foils should really be reserved for the fanciest of cards, because I don't really think anybody cares much. I mean, maybe some people, like the bougiest of the bougies, but for the most part, I'm not one to care a ton about whether or not my card is foil. I do like when it's like cool textured foil and things like that, but I don't really. Pokemon. I messed that up. Yeah. All right. Back to back. Mobilize, Gust, Jafarian Glory Seeker, Pack of Wonders, Singularity, Back Alley Bar. I think that's the first time we pulled that one. Stormclaw Ursine, a rare Raging Fire Brand, a full art, Yasuo Unforgiven. That might be, I don't know if I pulled him yet. We'll see when we recap all of the full arts. Goodness gracious me.
Okay, just throw that anywhere.
What?
Oh, I was just kidding.
Oh. Don't.
Because you knocked over. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Don't talk down to me. We don't need anything out of the.
Talking up to you now, dude. And I'll see myself out.
We don't need anything out of the peanut gallery over there.
Yeah, you do.
All right.
Come on.
Comrune. Get excited. Consult the Past. Rune Prison. Magma Worm. Crackshot Corsair. Morbid Return. Hidden Blade. Windwall. Whirlwind. Bondi Tree. Stacked Deck. Primal Strength. And Malzahar Fanatic. Yeah, kind of tough. All right, guys. Last pack of our Riftbound Origins opening weekend booster pack or booster box rip. Let's see what we pull. Buff for the 44th time.
Hell yeah.
Watchful Sentry, Sunlit Guardian, Chemtech Enforcer, Smokescreen, Flurry of Blades, Rebuke, Faithful Manufactor, Vanguard Helm, Wallop, Fortified Position, Fight or Flight, Karthus Eternal, and our last card is a rare Ravenborn Tome. Wow. And then to recap what I would consider to be hits, our full arts. Yasuo, Zenith Blade, Teemo Scout, Acathian Rain, Jinx, Seal of Focus, the Order Rune. This is probably my favorite card, honestly.
Definitely the second pull from the box, I think.
Invert Timelines, Misfortune, Vi, Set, Time Warp, Victor, Lee Sin, and Set. And that's that, guys. That is Riftbound. Let me know in the comments if you are going to be opening Riftbound. Let me know in the comments if you are impressed, if you didn't know anything about it, if you like the cards you see, and also if you play League of Legends, what do you play? Let's chat about it, talk it up, and compare it to other TCGs And as always, guys, see you in the next one.